The United States Congress wields significant authority and powers outlined in Article 1 of the Constitution. This system of checks and balances gives Congress a crucial role in the federal government alongside the executive and judicial branches. Let's examine the key powers granted to Congress. The Constitution explicitly lays out certain expressed powers that Congress holds. These include several vital areas. Taxation. Congress has the power to levy and collect taxes to raise revenue for funding the federal government's operations and priorities. This makes Congress the ultimate authority over fiscal policy. Borrowing money. Congress can borrow money on the credit of the United States, allowing the federal government to raise funds beyond just tax revenues when needed. Regulating commerce. Congress has the ability to regulate commerce with foreign nations as well as among the various states. This enables Congress to set policies related to trade, manufacturing, transportation, and more. Declaring war. One of Congress's most significant expressed powers is the ability to formally declare war, committing the nation's military to hostile action. Only Congress has this authority. In addition to these enumerated expressed powers, the Constitution provides for implied powers as well. The critical provision here is the elastic clause, also known as the necessary and proper clause. This clause allows Congress to make laws that are necessary and proper to execute its expressed powers and other powers granted in the Constitution. In essence, the elastic clause provides flexibility for an expanded interpretation of congressional powers beyond just the enumerated expressed powers. It permits implied powers, allowing Congress to undertake additional actions to effectively carry out its defined constitutional duties and powers. A key example is Congress establishing a national bank in 1791 under this implied power. While setting up a bank is not an expressed power, it was deemed a necessary and proper way to more effectively execute other congressional powers like taxation and borrowing money. While broad in scope, these implied powers are not unlimited. The Supreme Court has ruled that implied powers must be closely tied and plainly adapted to an expressed power granted in the Constitution. They cannot be extended too far beyond the originally enumerated powers. While formidable, congressional powers are not absolute. The Constitution imposes critical limitations as protections against potential overreach or abuse of authority. Writ of habeas corpus. Congress cannot suspend this fundamental right except in extreme scenarios like rebellion or invasion when public safety requires it. Habeas corpus is a court order requiring law enforcement to bring a prisoner before the court to determine if the person's imprisonment or detention is lawful. Bill of Attainder. Congress cannot pass a legislative act that singles out an individual or group for punishment without a trial. Bills of Attainder represent an unconstitutional measure viewed as a corrupt exercise of judicial powers by the legislative branch. Ex post facto law. These are laws that retroactively criminalize actions that were legal when committed. Congress cannot pass any ex post facto laws, as this violates basic principles of fair notice and due process in the legal system. One of the most significant powers granted to Congress is the ability to impeach and potentially remove the President, Vice President, and civil officers of the federal government. Impeachment is a quasi-judicial process where charges of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors are brought against a civil officer of the government by the House of Representatives. If the House approves articles of impeachment by a simple majority vote, the proceedings move to a trial before the Senate. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presides over an impeachment trial in the Senate, with senators sworn in as jurors. A 2-3 majority of senators present is required to convict and remove the impeached official from office. Upon conviction, the Senate may also vote to disqualify that person from holding any other federal office. While not specified as such in the Constitution, Congress took this impeachment power as derived from the expressed power to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution all other powers vested by this Constitution. Impeachment was viewed as necessary to remove corrupt officials. In the nation's history, 3 presidents have faced impeachment proceedings initiated by the House of Representatives. Andrew Johnson in 1868 and Bill Clinton in 1998 were both impeached by the House, but acquitted at their Senate trials. More recently, Donald Trump was impeached by the House twice in 2019 and 2021, but also acquitted by the Senate both times. The impeachment power serves as part of the delicate system of checks and balances in the Constitution. It allows Congress to oversee and potentially remove executive and judicial branch officials from power for serious abuses, crimes, or misdeeds while in office. Few powers emphasize congressional authority as much as impeachment. From controlling the nation's finances to regulating commerce to declaring war, the United States Congress holds extensive expressed powers explicitly defined in Article 1 of the Constitution. However, the necessary and proper clause also grants implied powers that give Congress further leeway to effectively execute its constitutional duties through additional channels. These broad powers are balanced by key limitations prohibiting Congress from overstepping into certain areas like habeas corpus and ex post facto laws. And of course, the monumental ability to impeach and potentially remove presidents or other officials from office represents the zenith of congressional authority. Through this delicate system of checks and balances with the executive and judicial branches, Congress plays a vital role in carrying out key governmental functions while being constrained from accumulating too much unilateral power. The framers' original intents and the accumulated precedents of more than 2 centuries continue to shape the evolving nature of congressional powers today.